The famine had reached the bones of the earth. Across Canaan, where Joseph's family lived, crops failed like fallen soldiers. Hunger carved itself into the faces of men, women, and children. But in Egypt, because of one man's God-given wisdom, there was grain, order, and hope. Joseph's name echoed through Egypt as a leader of unmatched wisdom. But in Canaan, he was still remembered only as a son who never came home. Jacob sent his sons to Egypt with heavy hearts and empty sacks. They arrived in the palace of Zaphnath-Paneah, the mysterious governor who ruled Egypt with authority and compassion. They bowed low before him, unaware that the prophecy Joseph shared as a teenager was unfolding right under their trembling knees. Joseph recognized them instantly. The same faces, the same voices, the same brothers who once threw him into a pit, tore off his coat and sold him into slavery. But they did not recognize the dreamer they had tried to bury. Years had changed his clothing, his language, his posture, his glory, but not his heart. A storm of emotions, Joseph stood tall, but inside him a storm raged. Was this anger? Was this grief? Was this destiny calling? Or the wound of a boy meeting the ghosts of his past? He spoke through an interpreter, hiding the tremor in his voice. "You are spies," he declared. Fear flashed across their eyes. "No, sir, we are honest men. We are 12 brothers. The youngest is home, and one is no more." The word struck Joseph like a blow to the chest. One is no more. They said it casually, unaware that the one stood before them in royal linen. To test them, not out of cruelty, but to see if time had changed their hearts, Joseph demanded Benjamin be brought to Egypt. He held Simeon captive, sent the others home, and placed hidden silver in their grain sacks, stirring questions they could not answer. When the brothers returned with Benjamin, Joseph's world stopped. Benjamin, the little boy he once carried in his arms, was now grown. His eyes held innocence Joseph had long lost. Joseph excused himself quickly and wept in a private chamber. The tears of a man torn between memory and miracle. He washed his face, returned, and hosted a feast. But he still needed to know, were they the same men who betrayed him, or had God done a deeper work in them? He planted his silver cup in Benjamin's sack. The alarm was raised, the brothers were arrested. And then came the moment that broke Joseph completely. Judah steps forward. Judah, who once said, "What profit is it if we slay our brother?" now fell to his knees. "Please, let me become a slave instead of the boy. My father will die if Benjamin does not return." This was it. Proof, transformation, repentance. The same brother who sold Joseph was now willing to give himself up to save Benjamin. God had rewritten their story. Joseph could hold back no longer. He dismissed the Egyptian servants. Silence fell. Then Joseph, this mighty ruler of Egypt, cried aloud with a sound so deep, so raw, so wounded, that the entire palace heard. "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" His brothers froze. Terror, guilt, disbelief etched across their faces. But Joseph stepped toward them, not with judgment, but with grace. "Do not be afraid. Do not be angry with yourselves. You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good, to save many lives." In that moment, the palace became a sanctuary of healing. Joseph embraced each of them, with tears, forgiveness, and redemption pouring like oil over years of silence. Restored, reunited, redeemed, news reached Pharaoh. Chariots rushed to Canaan. Jacob, old, frail, and trembling with joy, was brought to Egypt. And when Joseph finally fell into his father's arms, the years of loss melted into the warmth of a single embrace. A broken family became whole again. A forgotten dream became a national deliverance. A pit became a platform. A betrayal became a blessing. Joseph's story reminds us God wastes nothing. Not tears, not trials, not betrayal. The pain that broke you is often the path that builds you. What was meant to destroy you becomes the stage where God displays His glory. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is freedom. Destiny always rises from the ashes of disappointment. If God can turn a pit into a palace, He can turn your story into victory.